welcome to MeatballCraft episode 7. We are in dire need of a power upgrade, so we'll be working on that today. The power system I've decided on is big reactors, and that is because in the quest book, if we go to the energy sources section, we can see that the big reactor is good, but great with a turbine. So if we combine these two, we can probably get enough power to keep the base going for the deep mob learning. I have got most of the things for it. I did mess up the table, it was all in here nicely, so I bought most of the ingredients, but we do need two things. One is nether tokens, and we have a few, but we don't have enough. To get these, I've been using a wither data model in the deep mob learner. However, because we haven't fixed the power, that is still taking a long time, and because it's only advanced and not self-aware, because you'd have to kill a lot of withers to get it to be self-aware, it's taking a long time. So we've only got about, I've emptied it now. We only got about 16 nether tokens from it in total. It might fill up again once the buffers are a bit more back, but it would be better to have the reactor, so I don't mind not having total of those. We still have enough to make a few reactor casings. I was trying to get a stack, which would be 4 stacks of reactor casing, just so that we had enough. We also need these, which are steamed slimes, and to make the steamed slimes we need to make the Railcraft boiler and then combine it with a fluid transposer to be able to get the steamed slimes. I think after we do that it should be pretty fine. This isn't difficult, they just take a lot of time in the compactor, and this is the reactor. We might not even need this much reactor casing, to be honest. We could probably get away with less, but that's the plan. Turbines require a different type of casing, so if you want to do the turbines with the reactor, then this would be the best. These are a little bit different in terms of recipe for the housing. These require enchanted gravitite and steel leaf and watching eyes, and we can farm this easily enough, we did before, but we also need the enchanted gravitite, which means you need the altar from the aether, and this probably will take a long time, so potentially we get into the modular machines now. I don't know how much the gravitite enchanter is. Oh, awakened electromagnet. Yeah, well that doesn't sound something we can get into right now, so we'll leave that in steel leaf, which we can make these seeds for, which are pretty easy, so I can easily set up a system for that. So it's mainly enchanted gravitite. I don't really have any gravitite or either, so it will mean a trip back to the aether to find that, hopefully with a scanner, and then some other crafting. Because I'm not quite sure how long this takes, I've made probably too many altars. They're not all full, but hopefully this will cook up the gravitite fairly quickly so we can make the turbine casing. I've made the steam boiler. I've put it over here for now. I don't know how much we'll need it, so I've just left it here until we get enough steam to make these slime balls. This takes a long time to heat up. Just put in a bunch of blocks of coal because they last a long time. I was trying blaze rods, but they just kind of burnt really fast and wasn't heating up like at all. So hopefully this will start filling up with steam. I'm just using an endervar. Fill this in. I would have used the MeatballCraft infinite water source, but that requires using a lot of water buckets, and it just takes a long time to craft without something that crafts with water, like a sequential fabricator. So since this is hopefully temporary setup, I thought I'd just go with that. In terms of the netherite problem, I've made a very ugly little system that should hopefully get us a net gain of netherite. So there is a recipe that if you put nether essence around a netherite ingot, you get netherite ore. This netherite ore is getting taken into an induction smelter, which triples the ore and puts it back into here. So we're tripling netherite completely for free. We're just using these 10-10-10 nether seeds. The only bottleneck is the induction smelter, which is pretty slow, but I don't know how else to double it. I could just, to be honest, straight up chuck it into the smeltery, but then you don't get the same sort of loop going on. Yes, over time, yeah, this is triple. This would double it, and we wouldn't have the ingot ready for us to put back into the crafter. So yeah, this is an alright way to do this. I also need to make some steel leaf seeds, like I said before, but we actually don't have any steel leaf, and it can be found in labyrinths and hollow hills, so I'm going to have a quick look in the Twilight Forest to see if I can find any. We've already found one in this hollow hill biome. I thought while we were here we can go and kill this guy up here, see if there's any good loot in these Stormcraft dungeons up here. I don't know if there's a spawner. We got a dread shard. Don't know what that does. A bit of ice there. Or did he drop anything? Rare treasure. Oh, treasure. Up here, oh, there's a block of fiery. Oh, it's hot. Block of fiery metal, and then some twilight spellbooks and a scarlet letter. Oh, I take the advanced spellbook. What does this do? Ah, it's used to make an ancient altar. Chuck that in there. I don't know what this does. I found this as well. I'd guess it spawns a pillage. Well, I'll do that in the overworld. Now I'm a bit stronger than the last time we used mysterious paper. The ice wasn't normal ice. It's called perpetual ice. I don't know what this does. I guess it just doesn't melt and you can use it for things. I don't know, pretty interesting. I was trying to record me fighting this little dungeon place, but everyone died pretty instantly. This one has some enchanted books and some eel leaf blocks, which are very useful. And also these castle doors, which are pretty cool. I don't really need the auto smelt or the crate. Oh, the crate's got EMC. I'll learn it then. But yeah, these are a lot easier than I thought when I first came to the Twilight Forest. To make the system a tiny bit more automated, I've made some ender chests. So this has got a lower priority, so the netherite will prefer to go into the crafter first. Once this is full, which it mostly normally is, it will go into this ender chest, and this ender chest is connected to the smeltery controller. I'm using item ducts for resonance servos because that's got EMC, and it's, it takes like a stack at a time, so it's pretty fast. And that automatically inserts it into the smeltery. I may have to come back and fill the lava up occasionally, but it seems pretty good for now. And yeah, so this automatically fills the bucket. We're still a long way to go, so the more automation we put into the system, the better. I was just trying to find a good place to put the reactors and the turbines, and I found this dimensional door, so let's have a look inside. I've got my rift remover in case we need it. Door over there. There's this pyramid. Okay, let's explore. Dear, I'm trapped. Okay, lava. There it is. What's going on here? Ah, here we go. All the lava coming down. Well, I'm gonna destroy the door. Okay, wait for the lava to go. So next door, we are here. This big tower. I assume we're meant to climb up. I have to be careful. I was digging in the last one. See if I could see the diamond block. Not that we need it. Oh, silverfish. Oh, redstone. Ah, I guess the stairs disappear once you get so high. So that's one door. Third door at the top. This is the trap chest that triggers that, I bet, isn't it? Or is it the other side? Oh no, these just seem to be normal chests. Ooh, mysterious one. Okay, that was the pattern. And this leads to here. I messed up. I was cheating. I was gonna break through. Turns out the door is behind there. I just broke the door. I don't think I can get it back. So much for that one. Oh well. I know for next time to not try and break the doors. Hopefully there wasn't anything good at the end. I actually did cut this out of the last video because I look silly. But I was having a problem with the ME system, and that was that these drives were connected to this controller and my interface was connected to this controller and it wasn't working. At the moment they are now sharing the same connection. I don't know why they weren't connecting then, but I figured it out, and it was because this was actually a 5x5x6. It was 6 tall, and it needs to be 5x5x5 or 7x7x7. I'll probably make it 7x7x7 eventually, but at that time I didn't know. But I figured it out and it's all fixed. So in case you noticed in the video the interface not working, that was why. And also I forgot to power the P2P channel for the interface over there. So now that's working, I feel better about the channels in AE because I thought I could never figure it out. So it was a very simple fix. This recipe has destroyed my hopes of dreams because I was going to make a Grain of Infinity seed. I was getting the stuff, the base crafting seed, everything already, and then I clicked on it and no, the recipe doesn't work. Why doesn't the recipe work? Well, that's because the recipe for the Grains of Infinity essence is actually the tier 2 defined seed, and to get that you need to find Prudentium essence, and to get that you need a defined ingot, and to get a defined ingot you need a definer and this. So I think we can say that I just have to be getting Grains of Infinity the normal way. I am going on a tangent. I want some vibrant capacitor banks to store the power from the reactor. And to make the vibrant capacitor banks, there's lots of annoying inner crafting with big crafting table recipes. So I'm going to see if we can get into a bit of auto-crafting just for that. A little update, so I'm making some mithril plates and we're going to get to the capacitor bank stage. Technically I could get to the, well, actually I couldn't. I'm out of Grains of Infinity. So until we get to there, I'm just going to make a capacitor bank, or quite a few. I can make 53 capacitor banks, so that should be fine really for now. That's 5 or 50 million RF backlog per, and there's 53, so that sounds like quite a lot. And to make them, because of the mithril, and the only way I know to get the mithril is through those dungeons in the nether, I have made a mithril seed, so that's just growing here. We already have this much essence, which turns into 8, turns into 3 mithril, so that's the mithril problem solved pretty much forever. These seeds have been very good. I will probably change how this farm is. I like how it looks. I'll probably make it maybe either a long line or a big square or something with a way to place the harvesters down, maybe in strips like this along or something like that, just because I think it's nice to have the lily pads of fertility making these grow a lot faster. And we now have, way more capacitor banks than I thought. So yeah, even without the vibrant one, I think that's probably gonna keep some good power stored for us. I'm back over here clearing out some space for the reactor, and I found this. Is that Leshen guy again? I thought it would spawn something. I don't know. Oh, there he is. He spawns a lot of bats. He dropped the wolf caller staff this time. Oh, this one seems even worse than the last one he gave me. How rude. Okay, I think we've got the reactor in a good place. Now, I am going to passively cool it for now so it makes power. So we're generating this much RF per tick. Well, it's pretty good heat. It's cooled pretty well. I've used chromium blocks because apparently they're the best. We've got 5 fuel rods in there, not fully filled or whatever. And we are making power. So this one is... I want this one to be input only. This is going to... It's a little bit weak, isn't it? This one was meant to be the one that connects to the flux plug, just because I had one too many. So yeah, this is getting plenty of power in here. If I put this on output, like this, then this should be, yeah, there we go. This is filling up. This will go into the flux plug here, which will transmit to the base. So this should give us a lot of buffer and plenty of power to get going with. This is not where the turbine will go. I will make this area look nicer. I did make some steam beforehand because I forgot that if you have coolant ports, then it just makes steam and it doesn't make any power. I thought you could have both, but apparently not. It'll be better when we get the turbines, but to get the turbines, we need cyanite and also plutonium. And it was taking a long time, and I thought, well, we might as well have some power while we wait. It should still be pretty slow. Yeah, the waste is very slow, so we might as well get the power while we're waiting. So if we have enough power, then we'll be able to make the pristine matter that we need to be able to get more nether gems, to be able to get more reactor casing, to be able to get a bigger reactor, and then more turbines. So it should all work out in the end, but we just need to do a little bit of temporary power uppage to be able to get what we want. This reactor is actually horrific. While I wait for the big reactor, I made this. It's a fluix coalstone. I don't know what it does. Let's see. Gotta be in the end. Okay, well, let's go to the end. Okay, let's try it here. Ooh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have put it there then. I didn't think it would be a structure. Ooh, fluix crystals. Okay. This has to come to Terra. The Arbiter must defeat him. The Arbiter. Now I can defeat him. He must be stopped. Ooh, a bee. Interesting. What's that? I think I came in from the wrong end. I think I had to come in from the bottom. Okay, that seems to be it. What do you do? You produce gorgon combs. What do? You make the gorgon head. Didn't I get that already? Yes. Well, I guess we'll need more of them. Ooh, a missing sludge. Well, I suppose it's gonna be useful. Oh, yes, I'm sure all this nonsense useful. Well, we've got it. You turn into any other bees? Nope, I don't know. Okay, this is the rate we're getting netherite now into the smeltery, and we are still only on about 6 million buckets. So yeah, not very fast. A fun update, I've changed the orb to mana glass. I think it looks much better actually like this and much more magical. I got very bored of cutting down trees even though I could do them very fast, so I made a terra truncator, which is very effective at removing trees and it's very handy when you live in a forest. And I apparently get lots of Advent of Ascension experience for doing it as well, so that's pretty good. While I've been waiting for cyanite, I have been upgrading my magmatic dynamos to Enderium tier. However, we now have come across a bottleneck, and that bottleneck is lava production. The vulcanite amulets are just not keeping up anymore, which is why I'm going to try and set up a little pump in the nether to collect lava, and hopefully we'll be able to get enough from this to be able to sustain lava power generation. I'm using the builder and a shape card for a pump. I'm just going to put it out here. I know technically I actually don't need to have it in the middle of the lava. You know what? That seems like a bad idea. So I'll go back over here and then not put it in the lava and just make it really big, and we should be able to pump plenty of lava this way. So build it down. I've got an ender tank here. I assume this would work the same as with the quarry. Set it a little bit just so it doesn't ruin everything. So that's installed in here. If I give it power and turn it on, will it work? Yes, it does work. Lovely. Right, so we're not getting that much at the moment, but we should be get more soon enough. I might reduce the to 100. That might speed it up a bit. So is this in one chunk? It is. So we can chunk load this, and this is all sorted out. So hopefully we'll be able to get some more lava soon. I've connected the ender tank to a black hole tank underneath here where all the power is, and we are extracting not enough lava to be able to make a profit yet, but but then it fills up a lot more sometimes when it gets to the right point in the pump. These will all fill up fairly fast. I haven't put all the augments in them. Maybe there's an augment to reduce lava usage. A slight problem, we've now found some energized glowstone, which obviously doesn't work, so I'm going to make a fluid trash can to avoid anything that's not lava. I've settled on 7 auxiliary transmission coil augments, which increases the output of energy rate plus 100% energy production rate per dynamo per augment, and the fuel catalyzer, which increases the efficiency of the fuel used. And we are in fact gaining lava now when it comes, we're already at over 1,000,000 millibuckets, or 1,000 buckets, and almost 1,500. So if this keeps going, we'll be fine. I'll keep an eye on this to make sure that we are in a net positive and not just going to lose. And if we aren't in a net positive, I'll put some more fuel catalyzers in. But right now, everything seems to be keeping up. We are making 690-ish RF a tick. I don't know why the maximum power is not being produced. I have actually hooked up the dynamos to this capacitor bank, which is filling up nicely. I did that because it was making lots of extra power and we only had a few resin and energy cells, so I thought it'd be best to use the capacitor banks if this is only producing a small amount of power. So we're getting about 15, or a bit less now, 13,000 RF a tick, which is it's just fine just for using the magmatic dynamos, so that'll tide us over until we can get the turbine set up. In cyanite production we are on 9, so we're getting there. Still got plenty of yellorium in there, so hopefully this will not take too long. The lava production did drop below 1,000,000 millibuckets, so I have included 2 more fuel catalyzers in each of the magmatic dynamos. We are producing a bit less power, but I think we are net gain on lava again. I'll keep an eye on this still, but we're doing pretty well. While I've been waiting for netherite and for cyanite, I've set up a little bee area. It's just over here. Okay, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I just made it to look just like an apiary. Okay, here's my inspiration. It doesn't have quite the same shading on it, but I think it looks pretty nice. And you even have the little honey drip made of real honey blocks coming from the window. So I think it does for now. I've got a few setups in here. So we have the rocky one to get the rocky combs for the seeds. I have the agricultural one going so that we can get agricultural combs for seeds, and also the dripping combs, which is done through the Imperial Queen, and also royal jelly for the production speed upgrade. So when we get more bees that we want, we can put them in here and farm them all like this. I think I can probably put them another one here and here as well. You have to power them through the side. I had them all powered from the bottom so it looked neater, but apparently that's not a thing with apiaries. So yeah, I've got elf glass on the ceiling because I thought it looked nice and a bit botanical, and I've got the agenda stream machines over here. I just need to put a piece of dirt back here to fix it, and yeah, so that's pretty nice. I might change the grass to one of the nice Britannia grasses just to spruce things up a little bit more, but I'm pretty pleased with this. I found a solution to the bow not repairing, and that's the repair talisman. I was waiting to get 3 yellow matter so I could make the orange matter, because I was very close, and it takes 2 yellow matter to make the repair talisman, so I wanted to get that first. So if I put this in here with a Kleinstein, it will repair all the items. I think, yeah, so just repair the riff remover. It doesn't repair Tinker's items, which is fair enough, but it should repair everything else, including the bow, and it's repairing it at a pretty fast rate, so as long as we have this, the bow should be fine. And I mean, nothing else we use needs repairing ever, so even making it just for that, I think it's worth it. Come up with a vague design for how I want the reactors and the turbines. So I'll have a reactor in the middle like so, and then 4 turbines around the edges, potentially. No, I'll have 4 turbines around the edges, and the entrances I'll have on the sides instead, so that we don't have to have a central entrance. Potentially there's room to grow. I can have 4 more turbines if I needed, or more reactors in these sections here, so we've got plenty of space. And what's even better is actually it's all chunk aligned, even though I wasn't paying any attention to the chunks, so that's pretty nice. I'll have to think of a nice way to decorate the outside and make it not just like a big horrible square, but I think this is a good basis for setting up the turbines when we finally get enough cyanite, which we've got 15 right now. I'm not quite sure how much we need. I want to change the reactors this to be a 7x7, and then I want the turbines to be 7x7 as well. I think that would be the best, even though that's going to be a bit more expensive. To further combat the nether token problem, since we don't really have enough power to spawn the Netherjaic Wither, who also doesn't really produce much pristine matter because we're still on a basic tier of data model, I found a little biome in the nether, and even though the JEI doesn't say, they do drop nether tokens, and at quite a high rate, so that's that problem solved. And they also drop these explosive idol, which if you drop them, you get the spirit of the King Bam Bam Bam, who is another boss to fight, and we might do that soon, if not next. My mistake, it's not the Netherjaic Wither that makes the nether tokens, it's the normal Wither, who is now a superior data model, but also we don't need him now, so I can take my flux plug back, thank you. Okay, I'm going to fight him on the nether roof, just because I think it's probably a bit easier. And I have my Mirkwood bow fully repaired now. No mending required. No, he's quite receptive to a shuriken, mind you, so let's try the bow just because I bought it. Oh, no, that's way better. Okay, he was nice and easy. What has he dropped? I have his pelvis, more magic repair dust, his statue, and not much else. I think he has some other rarer drops. Does it show me if I do this? No. So if I do the recipe for these, I can see that he drops them. He also drops enchanted gunpowder, some runes, gold things, explosive weapons. So he drops other things, but I think the main thing you want from him is this pelvis. I'm not sure what it does. You can make his statue out of it, and you can super enchant a platinum hammer. That seems pretty easy. Sharpness 6, sever X, mending and fire aspect. That might be quite fun to make. And he's got the pure flower, which gets rid of flux in a chunk and whatever that is. So I mean, it can be useful. Worth fighting him. I was watching a Lashmark video and I found out about the handy bag, which if you put 12 byte memory cards in all the slots, you have all this extra space. So for example, if I put that in there, there's all separate inventories. So now we don't really have to worry about storage as much as we were before with just a normal bag. So that's pretty useful. We have a minor inconvenience, and that is that I am using my smeltery for the netherite barrel. That means we can't use a smeltery, and I'd like to get into autocrafting. And one of the requirements for autocrafting is black iron, because you need that to make the ME interfaces. So that means we need a second smeltery, which I can probably fairly easily just do like this. Let's get rid of this redstone. I've just put this round the side of the base. Let me just double check we're not crossing. Nope, we're not right in chunk boundaries. To be honest, I don't know if the other smelteries were within the chunk boundaries, so let's just make this nice and tall. Oh yes, that's way bigger than the other smeltery. But yeah, this is just to make some black iron. Hopefully this will work. So this is the setup. We have iron being made by a Mark II condenser. We have a bunch of red matter being put into the smeltery. We go up to the top, we'll be able to see it being inside. Yeah, there it is, completely full of iron. I don't know how long the lava will last, mind you, but good going. So once that's all melted, which hopefully some of it will be soon, it will go into these smart outputs, which have the shard cast in them. If this is too slow, I will add more drains, and already we are getting the shards into here, so it's pretty fast. I might put some extract upgrades on these or change them to item ducts. They're a little bit faster with the resonant servo, and then yeah, we should be good. I might have to add a few more. This is pretty slow and it's getting a lot of iron, but we'll see. It doesn't need to be amazingly fast, to be honest, but it's good to have a passive generation of it. Now I've changed it to item ducts. It's a lot faster, pretty instant, so we're still getting a plus of iron, but as I said, it doesn't need to be too fast. Then we've already got 180, 181, so this is pretty insanely fast, and we can just leave it over here. I got a comment to look under the shulker spawner up here. Oh, and get an Irako heart, a pile of neutrons, and a tiny chaos fragment, and as well as the draconium chest. Is pretty cool. Very good hint. I really thought there wasn't anything else there. I should have learnt my lesson by now with all the structures and having secrets, but I'm very pleased. I've now killed the ender dragon enough times to have a basic tier model, so we'll let this run in here for a while. Hopefully we can get some pristine matter. My first aim is to get some more heart. I managed to get 6 from the ender dragons, even though I killed 8. Because I lost some. So we've got a few more hearts now. We've got some sort of peachy pink ones at the bottom. So I need to get 14 more green hearts, and then I think it's very easy for me to get 10 blue hearts from the evoker mob spawning. So yeah, that shouldn't take too long. And just a fun little side quest. Now we have the iron shards, we are able to make 64 ME interfaces. And now we also have 64 molecular assemblers. It always pays to be prepared. So I have a little update in regards to AE2, and that is we have autocrafting for anything that's not in a machine, so just anything that would go in a molecular assembler. We have 8 in each corner. We have a total of 32 ME interfaces with molecular assemblers and these little flower designs on the corners. We have a bunch of crafting CPUs. These are 256k crafting CPUs, and I've put 3 co-processors on it, so they should work pretty efficiently. There are 6 of them. I do have a 7th in my inventory. I just was not sure where to put it. All the channels are worked out. I'm not using P2P tunnels yet. I am using dense cable because nothing's very far away. And to be quite honest, I don't like P2P tunnels. They're confusing. I don't like having to power them. I think they should transmit power as well. Anyway, so yeah, this is a good setup for this. I will add some more spaces to these interfaces as well, and we need to, I still have 31 ME interfaces going spare, so that shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, so we've got the basis of autocrafting set up. Autocrafting for the bigger recipes is a bit different, so I need to figure that out. But for anything simple, like the recipe for patterns, etc., we've pretty much got it sorted out. After a little bit of messing about, we have now got all the heart canisters to fill the heart necklace, which I put on by accident. So we have 10 of every heart. Let's see what colour we get up to now. Ooh, peach. Another sort of peachy colour. Wow, that's good. We've got quite a lot of health now, which is good. And it's been I don't think I've ever actually filled all the heart containers in one of those necklaces. Fun fact, I never finished these mod packs. that's why I wanted to make a channel, so I'm forced to finish, even though this one's kind of unfinishable because it's not finished, but someone's got to finish stuff. So yeah, that's nice. I have also been expanding the A2 room, so if you go down here, we now have a separate little room, and this one will be housing the packages for some of these basic packages. Apparently you can kind of do sort of towers, so I'll have, there's 4, so I'll do 4 in each one in each corner. See how that goes. I'm learning. I've also gone ahead and made pattern expansion cards for all of the different molecular interfaces, so we get 9 times 36, so we get 36 patterns per molecular assembler, so 36 times 32 should last us a long time, I would hope. We also now maxed out on power buffer, which is pretty good. So now I can change this to be going to the network, which will start to drain some of the power that we have. Actually, it's pretty stable, but this just gives us a bit more of a buffer for bigger power inputs. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I mean, this is before we've even got the reactor set up, so we'll get to that when we get to it. I'm currently waiting for some crystal time to cook up. That's because we need it for the automation interface. We need lots of crystal time components, so I thought, why not explore the deep dark? There's a few things in here that we need, or 2, a dimensional ingot and a cursed rock. I'm not really sure what they're for at the moment, but I thought it'd be fun to have a look. And I mean, otherwise it's just more waiting. We're in the deep dark. I've got my lantern of paranoia active, so it places torches. That's one of the things we need, the pyramid. So I mean, that was very quick. I just popped down. I've got my charge porter, so it'll be easy to get back. Is there an entrance, or do I just go in anyway? Okay, let's go in for the top. Oh, monsters. Okay, we're in there. A button. Oh, it's a battle tower gone. He's got my ingot. Give it to me. Found in the deep dark. What can I do this for? I can make a sticky core stone. I don't know what that does. Make more flux cores. That's nice. We can change into blood infused dimensional ingots to make celestial manipulator. Is that the thing that turns the weather off? Side like that. And a torturino and a lunar warper. Yeah, so we need mithrilium to be able to duplicate it, which we're not quite at yet. I don't think. Can I, by any chance, summon him again? Okay, he's a 1 summon use, so we better just keep that around until we need it. Well, that's the first bit done. Now to find the second bit. I think I found the other dungeon. Funny, they spawn like the villager houses when they go up too high. And they had bloodstone perks. Interesting. Okay, so it's just another button again. Okay, who's this guy? Okay, he's dead. And he dropped the cursed rock, which is reusable to make blood-infused iron, which is used to make the dimensional ingot again. Some other things. Well, I'm not quite sure what we're going to use it for soon, but I think it's good to have. Plus, I wanted to do some exploring. I think I can grab this as well. Oh, whoops, I just broke it with the shuriken. This seems like a good point to wrap up the episode, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.